Hey, I have a question for you. Did you know that Amazon loses inventory or damages inventory on a regular basis? And while they do an okay job at reimbursing you, a lot of times they don't. Not until you find the issue and then let them know about it. But that means combing through tons of reports and running things through Excel, doing all these complicated tasks, just way too much. Luckily, I had my team build me software that does this all for me. I called it Refund Genie, and now you can use it too. In fact, thousands of our podcast listeners have already been using it. Here are some real-life results pulled from our FBA High Rollers Facebook group. So here we go. I'm going to omit last names, but if you want to go to our Facebook group, you'll see the post there. But Peter got back $946. Mike got back over $1,000. Jared got back over $8,000. Sherry was using another service that got her $5 back, but got back over $6,000 with Refund Genie. Jessica got back $847, and she has a diligent partner keeping up with her inventory. Mark got back over $13,000. Tony got back over $5,000. Andrea got back $2,200 in less than 24 hours. Sebastian got back $2,500 in 2 days. I personally got back well over $10,000 in just the last few weeks. Kevin King, my buddy, he got back over $28,000 in less than a month. Jenny got back $1,200 in the past week, and Paul got back $13,900. Now, these are real people in our group, like I said, all of them. Feel free to join our Facebook group and do a search for Refund Genie, and you'll see a bunch of raving posts. You can join our Facebook group, by the way, if you're not in there already. There's over 17,000 members by going to ampmpodcast.com/Facebook. By the way, we do not take 25% of your reimbursed money that Refund Genie finds for you. I know there are services that do that. I think that would be a lot. For example, if you're getting back $8,000, we'd feel terrible taking $2,000 of it. Instead, Refund Genie is included in our suite of tools for all paid Helium 10 members, but you get 10 Amazon seller tools that you can use for other things like keyword research, keyword tracking, hijacker alerts, misspelling generation, brand gate checking, listing optimizations, keyword index checking, and so much more. The same tools that I use, the same tools that a ton of big sellers are using. By the way, we also have a 100% money back guarantee. We only want you as a customer if you're thrilled with the tools. So Refund Genie is just one of those tools, and it's included in there. Oh, one other thing, you can check to see how much money you may be owed from Amazon for free. Okay, so you don't have to be a paid member to at least see how much you might be owed. Okay, you can make that decision after you see the numbers. So take at least 2 minutes right now. Okay, you can pause this podcast, go find out, and then play the rest of this podcast. Head over to helium10.com. That's helium10.com. helium10.com.
Warning, the following podcast has been classified as insanely lucrative. Listener discretion is advised.
I started my business after someone gave me a Robert Kiyosaki book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. The book is about financial freedom, actually.
Your attention, please. Listening to the AMPM podcast may cause recurring revenue streams and unfair advantages over your competitors. Other side effects may include fatter wallets, fired bosses, and longer vacations. Listen at your own risk. Here's your host, seven-figure entrepreneur and online marketing madman, Manny Coates. Manny Coates.
Hello and welcome to the AMPM podcast. My name is Manny Coates and I will be your host, and this is the show where we discuss all things private label and how to generate recurring revenue streams 24 hours per day during the AM and the PM, hence the name of the show. Get it? AMPM podcast. As a matter of fact, I did it, guys. I finally signed the lease here in Southern California for our new office building. It's pretty cool. I can't wait to share it with you guys. But while I was in there signing that lease, I was making money. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. So guys, today I have an interview with Colin Raja, and I met him while I was in Las Vegas. It was just a chance meetup and it was cool. We were talking all kinds of Amazon private label business, and I invited him to come on the podcast. He has a good level of success, so I wanted to have him share his story. So without further ado, guys, let's get into this interview. Hey guys, I am here with Colin. He is a 30-year-old private label seller from New York, originally from India, and he's been selling on Amazon for just over 2 years, and he's generating $110,000 per month in sales. The cool part, though, about all of this is that he's been doing this the whole time while having a corporate 9-to-5 job. Okay, that's just crazy to me. And of course, he's doing this with the help of his part-time, actually, no, I think it's a full-time partner here, right? His wife, Angie. Is that correct, Angie?
Yep, absolutely. 100% full-time.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the show, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Wendy. Thanks for having us. I'm really excited to be here and sharing whatever I learned for these 2 years in Amazon.
Awesome. Well, we're going to pick your brain, pick the brain of Angie. So let me ask you guys, what's the hierarchy here? Who's the boss in this business?
You mean in the business? Okay, well that would be Colin.
That'd be
Otherwise,
Colin?
that's me.
And everything else, it's you. Okay, awesome. So Angie, have you been doing this also for 2 years with Colin, or did you come in after things got busy?
I started with Colin when we first started the business 2 years ago. We both had a full-time job then. And then only about 8 months ago, I left my corporate job as well to start full-time with the business. So we're there from the beginning, but only recently made the step to full-time.
Okay. And Colin, did you leave your corporate job as well, or are you still doing the 9 to 5?
Not yet. I still have my computer next by working on it.
All right. So you're doing, how many hours a day do you work when you combine everything?
So let me put this way. Every day we sleep like 2 to 3 o'clock actually in the night. We sleep like 5 hours every day. That's all. I mean, the rest of the times we work.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a lot of hours. I mean, but it's enough, right? It's enough for you, it seems like.
Yeah,
Keep
it's
going.
enough for me actually. Yeah.
Cool. And Colin and I had this conversation when we actually met. We met in Las Vegas. We were at a private party at the Bellagio. I think that's where it was, right? The Bellagio?
Yeah, that's Bellagio.
Yeah. And Colin came up to me. He recognized me, and we started talking. And I was like, you know what? We got to get you on the show because you have a very interesting story, especially considering where you're at. You did did you do 7 figures last year, or are you on a pace to do 7 figures this year?
We did a 6-figure last year, like 800,000.
Okay. Only 800,000, huh? That's all? Part-time? That's pretty good. So, well, that's awesome. So I wanted to get him on the show and then just kind of talk about, because we haven't actually talked about all the details of how you got there and, just basically everything. So I'm going to kind of back up here 2 years ago. How did you actually get started in Amazon? What made you decide to even get into it in the first place?
Okay. So long story in short, I started my business after someone gave me a Robert Kiyosaki book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. The book is about financial freedom actually. And then the Robert Kiyosaki introduced the how to sell in online using the AMS community. That's interesting to me, right? But the AMS, it's when I dig into that, it's cost $5,000. Oh my gosh, no way, Jose. I'm not going to do this one actually. So I started digging into that and see how can I do this actually by myself. And then I picked up one product which is called foldable water bottle. And then what I did is I invested $50 first and bought 50 bottles and start selling the 3 for $15, something like that. And then I made some profit out of it. I reinvested same thing for 3 times to test it out the market and then see how it's working. I made like $1,500 profit actually out of it within a 3 batch of it and say, okay, fine, I'm interesting, but this is not going to be home run for me. I started with a 2 design with a different product. My supplier screwed me up and then they sent me a different supply of $1,500 inventory to me. And then I started with the 1,500 inventory. I start pushing it. And then we made like 10, 20 sales a day with a profit of $10 profit per sale. Yeah, that's all it's got started.
Nice. So you started with a foldable bottle. What is a foldable bottle anyways?
It's like a water bottle where you can fold it and then take it to your gym and then take it to anywhere where you can fold it up and then bring it back home actually. You don't have to.
It's like a vinyl, like a plastic bottle that just fills up like a balloon almost, right?
It's like a balloon. Yeah, exactly.
It's like a Capri Sun, if you think about it.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, interesting. So that was your first product ever?
That was the first product. When I tell my wife that I'm going to do this, she bet me $1 million.
That it wouldn't work? She didn't think it would work?
She say, I bet you $1 million you cannot sell anything.
It was reverse psychology.
Yeah, you motivate him. He's like, you know what? I'm going to prove you wrong here. So that's awesome. So you were paying $1 per unit. You were selling 3 for $15. So your actual manufacturing costs were $3 per unit that you sold online, right? And then I imagine it costs almost nothing to ship over since they're very light and small, right?
No, I got it in the United States actually. So I don't have I got a free shipping actually.
Okay, cool. So you actually did what a lot of people don't do. You actually found a manufacturer in the US and went with that. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yes.
where did you find, how'd you find because a lot of people say, well, how do I find manufacturers in the US? What did you do?
I'm sorry, I couldn't remember what I have done actually initially. It's like a promotional product, what they advertised, right? They have some other promotion there for $1. I got the deal actually. I told them that if I'm getting the next batch, give the same price actually. So I didn't put the label, nothing. What I did is I get the bottle alone, they give me the cover, I print out some cards on top of it, local printing, and then stick it on top actually by myself.
So
So
you're talking about an actual, like a business card?
no, not a business card, as a foldable card actually.
Okay,
Folded
okay.
card.
All right.
So I stick it on top of it, and then start sending it, and then put the label inside. Say that if you like it, give us a review on a whole bunch of things in the small card inside.
Okay, so an insert, you were putting the inserts in. So you were actually doing this yourself? You had all the products come to a warehouse or to your house, or what did you do?
No, but it's like 150 products or 200 products, right? That's what it is. I mean, myself and my wife did that one by ourselves.
Right there in your living room, right?
Yeah,
Right
like
there
the
in the
living
living
room.
room.
There you go. That's how so many people start. Their house becomes I don't know. I've had my house become a nightmare. I'm like, oh my God, look at all these boxes. You've probably been there, right?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
first we started with the merchant fulfillment. It's like too much. I have to go to my job, and then from there, the break, I have to go to the local post office to drop the ship out. Angie has to do that in the night, actually packing everything up. That's too much actually.
Yeah. So would you recommend people not go straight to FBA?
Straight go to
Straight
FBA.
to FBA, absolutely.
That's probably, we're going to talk about, some of your early roadblocks and things you would have done differently, but I imagine that's on the list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So how many brands do you have currently?
Currently I have 3 brands with the 2 legal accounts in Amazon.
Okay, so 2 legal accounts, 3 brands, so like 2 on one and then 1 brand on the other?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, and then how many products in total would you say? How many SKUs?
I have 8 major SKUs actually.
Okay, all right, cool. And then do you still sell that water bottle?
No, I dropped it actually.
You dropped it. Okay, give us the reason. Why did you drop it?
Well, because there's too much competition I see in the market, and also that's a too early decision for us actually. What we done, I should have sell it more. But what I thought is right. It's too many people there, too much reviews there. When I start learning the process by the seller's broadcast and all those things, right? No, I can do a better job in the same effort. What I'm putting down, I can do a better job in another product actually.
Okay, all right, cool. So, well, that's cool. So you and a lot of people want to create brands and then they put them all into one account. I would say probably 9 out of 10 people do this. And I've done this with my account. You have a separate account now, a second account that you said legally, you've asked for Amazon's permission, right, to open it?
Exactly. Yeah, we create a separate company, LLC. We ask for a second account.
And what was the reason to get the second account for you guys?
So this account, what we want to launch a new set of category, what we plan for. We don't want to put it in this one in case that if I want to sell this brand, actually, I check it out in the market. I cannot sell one brand in one Amazon account. So I said, okay, fine, let me have a separate account so I can build this one parallelly. So in case that if I'm ready to sell this one actually, so I can, I have another one where I can develop that one as well on top of it.
Got it. So you created the second account with a single brand in it in the hopes that that's going to be the one that you have an exit strategy that you actually sell. Is that right? Or do I have it backwards? Is it the first account that you want to sell?
Either one of it actually.
Either one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. All right, well, that's cool. So were there any roadblocks at all in regards to getting that second account?
Getting the account, initially, I don't know how to get that account. I tried with Amazon, just simply say that, hey, I want a separate account actually. They say, no, we're not going to provide you a second. we said, okay, here's my LLC. This is my separate bank account. This is my my EN number. Give me an account for a different category. We're not going to use any of the category what I'm selling it right now. Boom, in a 30 minutes or 40 minutes, I got approval actually.
Okay, so they asked for your previous account, or were you submitted the information from your main account, right?
Yes, from the main account.
You just contacted them through seller support and just said, hey, this is what I want to do. And did you already have, at the time that you submitted this, did you already create your second account with the new information, or had you not even started that process with Amazon?
I haven't started the process actually. I just asked them for approval and then I started it actually. I don't want to screw up my current account, right?
Okay. I think that's probably the preferred way of doing it. I know and have talked to people that have done it the other way as well, where they set up the second account and then very quickly they contact them and say, hey, I want to do this. I already have an account, and then they'll ask for the account, and then it gets put in. But yeah, you could I guess somebody could be very fast on the draw over there at Amazon and say, oh, you open a second account, boom, and then trigger something.
I don't want to take a chance on that.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So let's talk about, I think the majority of questions that people have are usually problems. They're like, oh gosh, I'm doing this and I'm running into these issues. Let's talk about your early issues. Okay. Things that you ran into, roadblocks that you encountered. I'm going to just kind of open it up instead of like asking you specific questions. Tell us, the things that you ran into.
The initial roadblock, what I have is, I don't know what to do with Amazon. I mean, how to rank, and then whether I need to be ranked or not, whether it's just like putting the one product or two products, or where I need to place my keywords, what title I need to place. Why? Because I have no background of whatsoever in the online selling. I never done anything selling in online before. So with that said, I got by the God grace, I have my wife who is an English major. Okay, when I hear the podcast say that, okay, fine, I need to find the keywords to put it on. Okay, fine, I'll go and then put the keywords on and then give it to my wife. Say, okay, frame the sentence out of it. I'm not good in that one actually. So she will be able to find out and then put it on. And then the first thing what I come up with is the PPC. The PPC is the best thing what you can ever invest on actually for yourself. The knowledge what PPC was given is too big. So the PPC is the first roadblock. We don't know what we're doing first, and then we try to get information and knowledge about too much. We're digging into the more on that one, and how they are interconnecting between the PPC, search term, title, description. They have no idea about it, all those things actually initially. So these are the roadblocks what we found out. In terms of suppliers, and also the couple of products we try to introduce in the market, and then I end up in Amazon that it's not approved to sell the product in Amazon actually. And then too much research and too much investigation, too much change in design are bigger roadblocks in my path actually.
Okay, so sponsored ads is what you were doing, and you were launching everything with automatic campaigns initially, or did you like spread out and start doing different types of campaigns right off the bat?
So initially I started with auto campaign. I never did auto campaign more than 5 days. And then I could get the keywords and then start doing the manual one.
Okay, so why not more than 5 days? Tell everybody why you do that. So
why? Because I'm just trying to test it out whether Amazon recognize my search term, what I put it on upstairs. I mean, actually, sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. What I put it on in the search term and then description and title, right? Amazon, whether algorithm able to recognize all the keyword actually for the particular category. If you don't put it in the right category with the right keyword, your automatic Amazon PPC will go wild and then go something broad or somewhere in a different keyword. If you're selling a water bottle, it will show up for kitchen accessories or whatever, right? So it just to find out whether it's picking up the right keyword, and also where is your top keyword is to find out where is the top keyword. I run it for like $40 for 5 days actually, and then find all the top keywords for me. And then if that doesn't find out, I will change my search terms again towards it.
Okay, so $40, is that the total campaign, or is that $40 per day that you were testing?
Currently I'm testing for $40 per day actually.
$40 per day for 5 days. So a $200 budget. Maybe you use it all, maybe you don't, right?
I use it all.
Oh, you do. You use it all. Yeah. Okay, so you're bidding. Are you bidding pretty high?
Yeah, I bid pretty high actually.
Okay, so you're using it essentially to gather data. You're scraping. You're letting Amazon, figure out what keywords what it sees you're relevant for, and then you're using those based off of the performance, and then creating manual campaigns out of it. Correct?
Exactly. And also for ranking and all other purpose, etc., you can do that.
Right. That's cool. So now you mentioned categories a few times, getting keywords to rank in specific categories. Have you had a scenario where you have a product and it's in one particular category, and then Amazon changes you into another category, or you request to be moved into another category, and then it changes your sales because of the keywords?
Okay, yeah, here's a scenario. The Amazon doesn't change. I want to change actually. Why? Because there is a trick in the community we're talking about. If you go into different category, you can get the new release seller, new bestseller things, right? Actually. So
Mm-hmm.
I just want to find a similar product who's selling in a different category and then put it up in my category as my category and then try to rank that for the particular category. What happened with that is, right, it seems to be that's a wrong category for me. Whatever I ranked before, it's failed actually for me. So I gotta start from the scratch, from the indexing, check it out, your tool, the Helium 10, and then whether check all the products are indexed or all the keywords are indexed or not. From there, I have to begin with that one. So still I'm struggling with a particular product because I changed one time the category.
Right. So you're saying you switched categories and you lost all your indexing once it
Yes.
moved to the new category. And you're
Yeah.
using, you said Helium 10. So you're using 5K checker to check your
Yeah,
indexing?
the 5K checker has helped me to get all the indexing actually.
Okay. So you have a really good point though. And I've seen this used quite a bit where people will go in and you can find subcategories. So you get into your main category, which is fine, whatever that might be. But if you can find a subcategory that still fits your product, but there's less competition in that subcategory, maybe you find something, we've seen it where we've actually done it where we get into a particular subcategory where you only need, 4 sales a day or 5 sales per day to become the best seller in that subcategory. And then you get that badge, you get the best seller badge, right?
Exactly.
And then that's social proof. When people see bestseller, well, it must be awesome. It must be a good
Exactly.
product if it's bestseller. So it's one little strategy that people can actually employ. You spend a little bit of time to go through, check out the subcategories of your main category, and then run a tool on it, okay, that can check, potential monthly sales on it. Jungle Scouts got a tool for that. Viral Launch has a tool for that. And then you can jump around and figure out, what your final destination, your final category, subcategory is going to be. So that's cool.
Correct.
Awesome. Okay, so PPC, sponsored ads, that was one of your initial roadblocks. You figured it out. You're still learning, it sounds like. Have you gotten into AMS yet?
The AMS? Yeah. The PPC in if 6 months, 7 months back, I would say I mastered it. I give it to my employees. I don't even touch that right now. I have like 2 employees right now for me. They take care of all those things. They have a good skill set of it right now. They take care of it, everything with the PPC. I don't even go and then touch anything with the PPC. Right now, we're testing it out with the AMS marketing. That's really, really works well for us right now, currently.
Yeah, AMS seems to be the place right now. So, well, that's more of a technical thing that goes beyond the scope of this podcast. We don't want it all to be about PPC. But so you mentioned a couple employees. Are these VAs? Is that what you have?
No, now VAs, kind of VAs. They are full-time employees back in India, actually, who I have, including my brother.
Okay. So you have your brother and then one other person?
Yeah, my brother and another person. I included 2 more people. They left. There are 1 other people in. They usually send the feedback emails and everything, actually.
Okay. So when you say you're doing this still with a 9-to-5 job, you're doing it intelligently. You actually do have people that you've hired that are actually taking up some of the workload.
Of course, that's what I learned from Robert Kiyosaki. Leverage yourself, actually.
Excellent. All right.
I want to leverage myself. When the business needs you, that's not your business. That's your profession. That's my golden words.
So you're still putting in probably at least a full day. I mean, you're doing 8 hours on Amazon anyways, right? Even with your regular job.
I'm doing with the growth perspective. So if anything that where I come up with a formula or something, I can give it to my team. They will take care of it. That's how Angie works as well. Is that Angie? Yeah.
So when you're training your people, what's the best way? If somebody says, I have a VA, they don't have family or relatives in India, so they go online, they find some people and they want to train them. What do you find is the best way to actually train them? Do you use any kind of tools or anything?
The first thing is what I would do is, right, I will give away what I know. I mean, that's how I do in my industry as well, my corporate job. What I know exactly, I give it to others actually, so that if they come for any questions, so I would know out of my finger, right? So I can able to find out that awesome. So I will record myself, what I'm doing. I will ask them to just repeat the same thing, what I have done.
Okay. All right. And you're recording it with what? What do you use?
I use a recording like a what is that? The Mac one, actually. The quick play.
Okay. So you're just using a built-in recorder. So you're not using any services or anything like that specific to. Okay.
I just record in and then send it to them, and then I ask them for an understanding document, once they give me understanding document, I will know that they understand it really well. So from there, we move forward actually.
Okay. And in your 9 to 5 job, do you work from home for that, or do you go to an actual office?
No, I have to go to the actual office.
You go to the office. So Angie, you're at home essentially working the majority of the day on the business from home. Is that right?
Yeah, in our home office.
Okay, in the home office. So, and tell us a little bit about what you do that's separate from what Colin's doing.
Well, Colin handles a lot of the hierarchical stuff and also the technical aspects. I mostly focus on the marketing side. I focus on customer service. I focus on creating new email structures. So it's my job is mostly maintaining, but also looking for new growth opportunities on the marketing side. And so I'm also trying to reach out to influencers and doing different daily tasks, putting out small fires along the way. So that's pretty much what my day consists of.
Okay, awesome. In terms of the marketing side of things, you said you're reaching out to influencers, you're doing different things with email. Where do you feel is where you're going to be focusing on that potentially help grow the business for the remaining portion of this year?
I think for us right now, considering the recent TOS changes with Amazon and getting reviews, our major focus right now is building a small community separately from Amazon. And so getting influencers on board to promote our brands, really honing in on our social media platforms and using the current followers that we have to either leave us a review or try our product or give us some feedback. That's pretty much where we're focusing on. I know the buzzword now is email lists. So, that's sort of where I see us pushing the next level of our marketing strategy. So sort of collecting emails, getting influencers on board to either try our product and maybe send us a video of them using the product. And so that's sort of next level for us.
Smart. So how do you collect the emails? What are you guys doing for that? Or if you're not doing, what do you plan on doing?
Okay. We doing a lot of stuff. That's where we had to spend more time on the on the computer. So we do a Facebook marketing, and then we currently planning for a ClickFunnels informational products, something like a books giveaway, and then we give away products like a Facebook. What we did? Facebook giveaway, something like a like and share, and then leave your email to win the products actually.
Okay.
And then we try with some tripwire products, and then going to the local groups, ask the people if they like to be a beta testers. Yeah, these are the things what we're trying right now after the PSO change actually.
So let's just say you're selling, a 3-pack of candles. You would run some kind of a contest on on Facebook that would give the product away for free, and you just had to enter their information. And is that what you're doing? Or
that's what I did before. I got like 300 people, like 1,500 people liked it. 300 people we got comment about it. All those things. Currently, what we're planning for is we want to plan 2 things actually. Either give them one expensive products or give multiple products of us actually.
Okay. And so when you did this before and you got through a contest, you got 300, 500 people, what does that cost you to get a list of that many people that are interested in your product?
Yeah, my Facebook costs always like a 0.7 cents, 5 cents to 7 cents actually.
So 5 cents to 7 cents. So it's like 0.05, 0.07 cents?
Yeah.
Or dollars, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
CPM will be cost like $5, I guess, actually, for 1,000 impressions, $5 to $6 actually, something like that.
Okay. All right. So you're building up your list, and then influencers, you said you're going after influencers. Do you primarily target YouTube or blogs, or what do you go after?
Currently we're going after everything.
Okay. I'll just throw out the big net, huh? All right.
Yeah, there is some tool there we planning to use. I forgot the name of the tool after a podcast, and maybe I will put it up there. Okay. Called CrowdForce. You heard about it?
CrowdForce. It sounds familiar, but I don't use it.
Okay, the CrowdForce, when you with a contract with some other group or something, right? When you're in the group where you can post it, when you schedule the post there, you can automatically find where your product is being, they are talking about your product or your brand actually. So you can schedule a project and then find where they are talking about it, and then the VA can go and then post their comments about it there, or you can run the automated system there. We haven't tested 100%, but that's what we want to do. For that, we're doing everything manual first. Once we get the good handle of manual, we're gonna do that one eventually.
Okay, excellent. And then for your products, I'm just going to ask, a lot of people are curious, are you guys brand registered and or brand gated?
We are brand gated and then we are brand registered actually.
Okay, so on all of your brands?
Not on the second product, we just register for it. See, we have some other hurdles with the hijackers and all those things with the second account. So
Yeah.
we
Is that
could
from the recent hijacking that affected hundreds of thousands of people, or is it a whole separate thing?
I think we were part of that wave.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody got hit. We got hit,
Yeah.
everybody. So anything that wasn't brand gated, I think, right? Just about.
They're
Yeah.
bold enough to say, you go and do what you gotta do actually. They say, I will complain to them.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, well, that's cool. So you guys are doing brand registry for sure. And it looks like Amazon's rolling out brand registry 2.0. Have you guys looked into that at all?
The brand registry 2.0? No, I
No,
gotta
yeah.
check it out.
It's brand new. By the time, the majority of people probably have not even heard of this, but Amazon's adjusting the way brand registry works. So we'll be sure to do a podcast on that in the future.
That's
once we have a
awesome.
little bit more information. Yeah. So, well, this has been very cool. You guys have dropped a lot of information. Anything, Colin or Angie, that I haven't talked about that you guys want to talk about?
I think we're good actually. We can talk about something that what the common mistakes, what we have done actually.
I would love to hear that. Yeah. What were some of those mistakes? Yeah, let's talk about that.
Also, I would recommend people, what they have done something wrong, what we did wrong actually.
Yeah, tell us.
Put too many things in the list actually. Not outsourcing. My wife hates outsourcing. I give her all the time, please outsource it. You don't have to do this one, please. I want to sleep soon.
Right, exactly. So outsourcing is key. I mean, what do you guys outsource?
Everything, as much as possible.
If you can make a process out of it and a system, then you could outsource
it. That's it.
So you give people access to your account, right? So that they can go in and do whatever it is that they have to do?
Yeah, we give the limited access to them actually, whatever they have to do.
Okay. So let's say, just start listing off things that you're outsourcing.
First, I started with my feedback requests. Second, I started with my email service actually. Third, the PPC. And then fourth, when it's after you master all this sourcing and then all those things, find a person who can source the product for you. Fifth, find an outsourcing person who can find the suppliers and everyone there in China or some other place actually. What else? Am I missing anything?
I think you mentioned customer service. We've outsourced. I'm looking right now, working on outsourcing product description writing. I'm looking to outsource reaching out to freelancers.
Exactly.
Nice.
So
everything. You're right. You are outsourcing everything, which is fantastic. So
yeah, try to have a kind of team or put it up in a one place. Not like I don't trust people so easy actually in terms of VAs and who I don't have no idea about it. So I try to find someone close to my family circle. Try someone to be accountable there, or that's what I try to find out. And also teaching your strategy, how to rank, and then how to put the product in place, and then how to organize things. Yeah, and then best thing is organize your thing properly, all the folders, and especially the PPC. Download the PPC every week so that you will be able to find out what you have done last year. I have 1 year's of data, so if anything goes wrong, I can go back where I was last actually in PPC.
Okay, great. No, I love the idea of outsourcing. I don't know if we've talked about this much. I know in the group we talked about it, but we've gotten to a point where myself and Guillermo and my brother just can't handle all the projects that we have. And I think you and I, Colin, talked about this a little bit when we were at the Bellagio. Mm-hmm. So we're like outsourcing as much as we can, but it becomes, for us at least, it's because we have so many things going, it becomes a mess. So we're trying to bring it all in-house to like an office to where everybody's there and I could just literally walk over and say, do this, do this, do this here, point at the screen, move this here, But at the same time, we still have a lot of people overseas that will be on our team. So I agree. If you can get people to write everything and to do the keyword research. Well, let me ask you this, because you mentioned product research. Okay. So you have a video that shows how to do product research. They try to find products. Let's just say that they find stuff. How do you determine when to actually launch stuff? How many new products are you planning on coming out, and when is the right time to pull the trigger on it?
Okay, we have like 100 lists in our Excel. Every month we create a list, and then that's where we learn too much research. Actually, we're gonna stop too much research. Actually, right? So one is better than this, one is better than this, that one is better, this one is better. When you go into the research, right, you know it. You're gonna go into deep, and then okay, that's like I like this. Oh, I like this one actually. So I stick to my rules. Say that I go into my keywords actually, right? So I go and then find my automatic keywords, right? That's also another way where I can source another product, actually related products towards my brand. So let's say the water bottle, right? They will say water bottle holder, or I say that the hooks required for campaign or whatever. That can go with the campaign niche as well, right? So those are the way that I will find the keywords. I'll find the keywords and also source it for my next product, and also I will able to find the similar product which sells under my the category, actually under my product. It says similar products, sponsored products, similar products, and also add-on products, what is added on into my combination of products, right? Those are the products. You definitely go with that one for no brainer on that. And then I list it out and then see how this reviews are for the particular niche. And then if that's wide open, I will go in actually.
Okay, nice. And do you do bundles, or is it always single products?
I always do single product. That's the first bundle what I have done, the 3 products actually.
And all your products are, do you focus on making the presentation of the package it comes in, the box, high end, or do you not feel that's important?
No, the first one is the plain black, just a very high version of our product name, and then that's the packaging whenever we're putting a new product actually. So once we got in with a small number, after that, we will go for the branding package. So all these things are branding, and all my Angie will take care of it actually. She's good in that.
So you start off pretty simple, make it fast, easy, cheap. And then if you see that the product's taken off, then you go in and redo the packaging and make it look just stellar.
That's what I did before, but I'm changing my strategy towards going into, if I know that product really well, I'm going to go 100% in it actually.
Right from the beginning. Okay. All right, cool. And then you did $800,000 last year in sales, approximately. Do you guys have a goal for 2017?
2017, we want to maximize whatever I can do with this brand. And then we want to investing towards we have a lot of tech startup plans and all those things. And also I'm getting into the Facebook marketing. I'm getting better in that one right now. So currently my goal is for this 190 days is to leverage whatever I can maximum comes rank existing products, whatever I can maximum actually to bring out maximum sale out of it. I haven't done that yet.
Mm-hmm. So financially, any number that you guys are shooting for?
Definitely want to be $200,000 in 2017.
So by the end of the year, $200,000 per month.
Per month, actually.
Got it. Okay. All right. So that's good growth. That's doubling where you're at right now.
Yeah.
So approximately. So that's pretty cool. Let's talk about one more thing that you see sellers or new sellers like making mistakes on. If you can, what would be one of the first things that comes to mind?
Okay.
Just give us one.
One is master one thing before making a next move.
Okay.
Give
us a little background on that.
Okay, the thing is, right, I started with Amazon, and then I started doing good. Once I get started, the Facebook has a better advantage. Actually, I'll go for that one. Actually, I'll go and then market my product there. And then once I go there, I literally dropping what is my skill set I can get master at, actually learn it, master it, and study and master it, right? I didn't go through the process. It's going to take like 100 days to, learn it, and then another 100 days to master it, right? So I'm now going through that process actually. So once I master it, it's not with the one product. I have to do master with the multiple products actually. So instead of it, what my brain thinks, okay, fine, I have a Facebook, I can go and then get people from there. That's another animal actually. You have to go from the scratch again. You have to find what you need to do from the bottom, right? So that's what I don't. That's what I would recommend. That's what I did. I don't want anyone to do that. Why? Because Amazon has a super growth in it. There are a lot of opportunities in Amazon where you can scale up really fast, even in the launching a product, in a product based and also informational product based business actually. That's what I would recommend. You have anything?
Okay. So essentially shiny object syndrome, right? Where essentially people are like, ooh, okay, I want to do this and I want to do this. And then eventually you have 20 things in a day and nothing gets done.
That's where I was actually. Last week I posted in a thing, how you manage your time actually. Why? Because I was like in the point that, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do Facebook, I have to do Instagram, I have to do Amazon, I have to rank the product, I have to source the product, I need to find the existing PPC, enhance my AMS actually. So all those things together in my mind, I haven't done nothing actually on the 1 week.
Yeah, that happens to everybody, right? You end up doing 20. Well, the problem is you get distracted and then it takes, 10, 15 minutes to get back into that zone. I hate that. That's why I try to turn everything off while I'm focusing. Plus, if you're outsourcing, that's going to help. Speaking of outsourcing, you said you have your employees in India right now. Have you ever hired anybody from the Philippines?
I never hired anyone. But as I told you, I don't want to give someone who I have no idea about actually as my control actually. If I know someone here, yes, of course, I see him here, I would able to do that. Without knowing them, I kind of having what if they do something wrong with Amazon account, right? Actually, so the one day it will screw up everything. One email, I don't know. I feel bad about. I feel really wrong to do that one actually.
Right. Okay. I was going to ask if you had, because I know tons of people that have workers, VAs specifically in the Philippines. Not very many people from India. I had an office in India for mobile programming and stuff, so I've dealt with both. So I was going to get your perspective on it, but you haven't done that. So let's pivot here. Let's talk about cash flow. You're expanding. You want to double your revenues. Do you see yourself running into any cash flow issues where you just can't grow as fast as you want to because of the money required to buy inventory?
We never had such issues actually.
Oh, you're lucky. That's good.
So far, so good. Let me put it
knock on wood.
Yeah. So far, so good actually.
Do you do most of your shipping by sea or is it by air?
Right now, currently, we're doing by air.
By air, okay. Are you planning on going by sea?
We are in the process of doing that.
Okay. Yeah, and that might be where cash flow becomes a little bit more of an issue because it takes so long to get stuff. And by the time the boat is shipped out, you need to have your factory already producing the rest of it. That's assuming you're getting your stuff overseas. If you're getting in the US, obviously that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
So,
awesome. Yeah, we were getting there actually. So yeah, those things, whatever negativity what I have, my wife covers off actually. She don't do 100 things actually. She focus on one thing. That's all. She always yell at me doing one thing, but I cannot do the one. We gather a lot of information actually.
All right. So I'm going to close on one last question here. You guys are a husband-wife team. Sounds like you guys have it all figured out. You're doing things very intelligently. You're outsourcing. My girlfriend is just now getting into Amazon. She's sourced her first product. She's negotiated there. She's actually in production at this point. Give me some advice because I've never worked in the same business with my partner. I guess you could say, right?
Okay.
How do I keep a happy life, knowing that we're going to be working together on a lot of stuff now?
I'll let Angie to talk about it. I think the man and man version is never going to work. Actually, let her to talk about it.
Okay.
I can't say it's easy, but it's definitely fun. You get to see a different side of your partner, and it helps if you're in sync. It helps if there's boundaries in which each person gets to work on something that is important to them, and they only focus on that. And you just have to make sure that, as you opened the podcast with saying, what is a hierarchy? And I think, regardless of whatever your opinions are, that's very important because knowing if it's a partnership, if it's an employer-employee relationship, because when it comes down to it, it's a business and both of your livelihoods are at stake. And so having that as a groundwork and foundation is good. Having separate things to work on is also good. And also balancing the personal with the professional is very important. So, we would occasionally take a break if we're both working at home and go to Starbucks for, coffee, go out to lunch, you take a walk just to recollect so that we could come back and be successful at what we do.
Yeah, she's hiding a lot of stuff actually. Let me
that's probably
the fact that I don't want him to work at home anymore.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's probably a whole podcast, like the whole relationship dynamic between a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it might be when you work because you're not only then living together, but you're working together. There's no separation, no break, and it can become. I imagine if you don't have things dialed in, it could be like, oh my gosh, I don't have time to miss you. It's like, so, but I guess, do you guys write off all your lunches and dinners and everything as business expenses since I'm sure you always talk business?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what I was about to say. It doesn't matter what Angie take ankle, I will go back to the business again, actually. I can do this one.
Yeah, nothing. I get it. We're doing that now. We're like on a vacation or, and she'll be like, hey, you know what do you think about? And I'm like, I can't believe you're bringing up work. That's so funny. So perfect. Well, I love the mindset, guys. I think you guys are an awesome couple. When I met you guys, it was fantastic. And I hope you guys reach out to me when you hit that 200K a month. I want to hear, what has changed. There's so much changing right now with Amazon. Yeah. Everything from, the indexing of keywords is going crazy right now. People are talking about it.
We are working on actually the index. Yeah. We got the hit actually on that for sure.
Yeah. So everybody's getting hit. We're trying to figure out exactly what it is. We have some ideas, so we'll be talking about that. But I want to hear your story as you progress, and I hope that you come on and share with everybody.
Definitely,
Thanks so much.
For sure. Thanks for having us. It's good.
Yeah, if people want to reach out to you, I know you're in our Facebook group. What's the best way of doing so?
They can reach out to Colin Raja. I think I'm open actually. You can
on Facebook?
Yeah, in the Facebook actually.
Okay, cool. And then guys, I'll tag Colin in the group when we post the podcast, and if you guys have any questions, because we're I guess going on an hour here on this call. We could probably go another hour.
Wow.
I know. I told you, I like to keep them at like 20, 25 minutes. We're double that. So that shows you that this was a very interesting, interesting conversation.
Yeah.
So perfect, guys. Well, thank you again for coming on the show, and we'll talk very soon. If you like this episode, definitely check out episode number 111. I interview Ashlyn Haddon, and we go deep, deep, deep into Amazon insurances, what you need, for example, to protect yourself against Amazon suspension, make sure you keep getting paid, as well as all the other insurances you should have for your business. Again, that's episode number 111. Hey guys, listen up. If you're loving the content from the podcast, but you want to take it to the next level and learn advanced strategies, the strategies that I'm using to take myself from $1.6 million in sales last year to what I'm hoping will be $4 million in sales this year, then listen up, okay? I just need a few minutes of your time because this is going to be awesome. I've created a high-end paid training group called the Illuminati Mastermind. Now, before you go, what is the Illuminati? I'm just going to tell you. The modern definition of Illuminati is a person who is enlightened beyond others about a specific topic. In our case, that topic is private label. Our Illuminati members will be enlightened in the art of outsmarting, outranking, and outselling their competition. So let me tell you just some of what has been covered so far in our monthly training. Okay, we talked about a secret strategy we use to ensure that our supplier is giving us the best possible price. And this has saved us tens of thousands of dollars already this year. It's probably going to be over $100,000 for me personally by the end of the year, right? Because if you're spending $6 a unit on a product instead of $3 and you think you got the best price, you're getting hosed, right? So we're going to show you how to fix that. We also talked about a quick service that I linked to my Amazon account that should generate me more than $20,000 in sales this year alone from eBay. And I wasn't going to be selling on eBay, but guys, this took just 15 minutes to set up, and I never need to do anything again. And I'll be honest, I didn't even set it up. I just kind of pushed it off to somebody else, and they did it. How to add high converting coupon buttons to your pages that almost nobody is doing. This one really blew away a lot of people. And that's just in our free webinar, okay? The free webinar that I want you to check out right now. That's going to be at illuminatimastermind.com. So write that down, illuminatimastermind.com. If you join us on the paid membership, we open the floodgates for you, okay? Our paid Illuminati monthly training members just learned how I save myself over $1,000 per month, sometimes $1,500 per month on freight forwarding with just a 1-minute tweak. It's super simple, and this is easily gonna add up to at least 12 grand this year, maybe more, and that's money in my pocket. We also talked about who I go to on Amazon for better seller support, right, than the general seller support staff, because I seem to never get anywhere with those guys, and I know a lot of people complain about them. So I'm gonna tell you what I do to get by them. And we're gonna talk about a service that Kevin King uses to get his products included in tons of catalogs and gift guides. And these things generate sales for him daily. And it really, really crushed it in all the Christmas guides that he got his products into during the holidays. We talked about how to force Amazon into giving you the perfect keyword-filled URL, okay, so that you rank better with SEO. If you don't do the exact process, you're just gonna be given a random URL with a bunch of keywords from your title, and it's just a mess. It doesn't do anything for you. We also talked about how traditional product inserts, standard paper inserts you put into your product boxes that you hope someone will type in the website and go register the warranty or whatever it might be, how those are pretty much obsolete unless you are part of our group. And if you're part of our group, then you're gonna know we have something we call the Illuminati inserts, and they're gonna blow your mind. It's crazy, right? You gotta get with the 21st century. All of this and a ton more. And we do it every single month during our high-end webinar training. And we also do a monthly Q&A session with me, Kevin, and our other super successful mentors, just to make sure that you're covered on all the topics that we presented. And if you're ready to take it to the next level beyond the monthly training, and assuming that there are any tickets left, please come and join us at our live Illuminati Mastermind training with 74 other Amazon sellers. That's right, we've got a cap. There's 75 people that are coming out to this event, and it's gonna be amazing. It's 3 nights, and I think it's going to be mind-blowing. The guests that we're bringing out to speak, the mentors, are top level. A lot of these guys have never spoken at other events. We got them to agree to come out to our event, and we're super, super excited. By the way, none of this is cheap, okay? I always say this up front because we don't want tire kickers. We want people that want to take action, right? Would you rather be cheap, or would you rather have the potential to rub elbows with guys that really know what's going on, guys and gals, to potentially 2x, 3x, and even 10x your earnings? So come join us. I'll show you a tool, if you don't already know about it, that's in our free webinar, by the way, that should hopefully pay for your monthly training for some time to come if you actually use it, okay? It'll get you some money back. So head over to illuminatimastermind.com and sign up for the next webinar right now, okay? The first 2 live webinars we did, by the way, they maxed out at the 1,000 seat capacity. So get there early, don't miss it, add it to your calendar, set a reminder with Siri or Cortana or whoever it is that you're using for that specific time on that date. And yeah, head over to illuminatimastermind.com, and I'll see you on the inside.
You've been listening to the AM/PM podcast hosted by Manny Coates. For more information, insider tools, and to get the resources mentioned in this episode, visit ampmpodcast.com.